Hello once again, everyone. Welcome to the Sanctuary. Once again, we are playing Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn, as a little bit of a trip down memory lane. I'm CruisigX, the host. Let's recap the rules for those of you who are just joining us on this video. First and foremost, I am doing this on my main character, Chris Valentine. Therefore, I have already completed the game, but thankfully, thanks to New Game Plus, we are able to play the full main scenario once again. Though I do have some stipulations. I am running around as Meteor's Job in each of the promotional art for each expansion. So for A Realm Reborn, I will be running as a warrior. All of the instances I run will be duty support only, with the exception of normal raids, alliance raids, and dungeons that do not support it. Finally, I am wearing quest level appropriate gear, so any gear equal to or lower than the quest level at the time. With that being said, let's move to our side-by-side. So, the episode in question is episode 37, Reuniting the Scions. Last episode, we finally defeated Garuda, and we returned to the Waking Sands to find Y'shtola and Ida are still, or at least safe, I should say. So, we're going to get right down to it. Whoops. And continue with our next quest. Casing the castrum. The rescue of our allies will be no small undertaking, Chris. Even under normal circumstances, breaching the defenses of an Imperial castrum would be a highly dangerous proposition. But now that Castrum Sentry houses prisoners whom the Garleans deem valuable, we may be confident they have taken additional measures to ensure the stronghold's security. If we are to free our friends, we will require an effective strategy, and if we are to formulate an effective strategy, we will require intelligence. I believe I know a man who may be able to assist us. Lord Portalane of House Durandare. He is stationed at the Observatorium in Kurthus. Let us go to him and beseech his aid. Ah, Portalane, huh? I'm pretty sure Yep, I did go by way of, Alright, seeing as how we're doing this so fast, you might as well expedite Bayon's little adventure. A nice clear sky in the Central Highlands right now. Back it up a little bit, Bayon. I'm trying to catch up. Oh, wait a minute. Portalane is... Okay, one thing that I love is the fact that we now get a marker on our map, so we know where we're going. Because I thought he was all the way up at the top of the tower. Turns out, I forgot. Ah, Chris. The man who unmasked the heretic in our midst. What do I owe the pleasure of your company? You are an associate of Y'shtola. But of course. Lord Dreamon confided to me that you were a scion of the Seventh Dawn. Castrum Sentry? What interests have you in the Imperials? They hold several of our number, whom we intend to flee. Any information you can provide would be greatly appreciated. I see. That might explain our scouts' reports. They observed 4 prisoners being led into the castrum. A Huron woman, an Elezen man, and 2 Lalafels, 1 male, 1 female. them! It has to be! Minfilia, Urianger, Papalimo, and Tataru! If that scant morsel is of use to you, then you may also be interested to hear about a more recent incident. Incident? An Imperial airship made an emergency landing here in Kurthus not long ago. 2 men believed to be prisoners, a Rogadine and a Lalafell, were seen fleeing the craft. What did you say? Rogadine and a Lalafell, Master Garland. Neither wore Imperial dress, and both seemed disinclined to wait for rescue, hence our assumption that they were prisoners. Well, I'll be damned. It's Biggs and Wedge! Trust those 2 rascals to escape. We must find them, Chris, and soon. The Imperials will not rest until they are captured or killed, and if Biggs were given the choice, I fear he'd take the latter. Freeing those held in Castrum Sentry will require substantial planning and preparation. As such, it is an endeavor that will admit some slight delay. The matter of the escapees, by contrast, will not. Shortly after the prisoners vacated the airship, our scouts observed Imperial troops setting off in pursuit. It is likely only a matter of time before they catch them. If you wish to see your comrades again, you had best act now. If, as has been suggested, the Garleans took our fellow Scions prisoner in hopes of understanding the Echo, it seems reasonable to assume that they will not be executed until such time as the study is complete. But Biggs and Wedge are not Scions, nor do they know aught of the Echo. As Lord Portalain said, this may prove our only chance to rescue them. I say we seize it. Thank you, everyone. You won't regret this. All right. Oh, I forgot they added a cutscene to this. Final preparations are almost complete, my lord. There stands the culmination of 5 long years of painstaking work. But all our efforts will be vindicated when the Emperor's vision becomes reality. At last, we have the power to purge this land of its false gods. We shall give the ignorant children of Eorzeas the security and stability they so desperately crave, and which their spineless leaders have so palpably failed to provide. As you say, my lord, rest assured, our engineers will not rest until the weapon is fully armed and operational. Reddington, you depart for Castrum Ossidens at midnight. You will command the Western Front at Vilbrand. The Eorzeans will attempt to interfere with your plans. You will see that they do not. My lord, if this be your will, I shall carry it out to the best of my ability. I live only to serve the Empire. Yet, forgive my impudence, but is it proper to give command of half our forces to one? That I have given. I have given you nothing, Praefectus. You have earned it. That will be all. Dismissed. Yes, my lord!
my quarters. 1 hour.
All right, let us continue with the next quest. My purpose here is to reconnoiter Gaulian activity along Alabathia's spine. Owing to this, I have the honor of being acquainted with the Ishola. Now, the report of the Imperial airship's emergency landing came to us by way of Zemael Darkhold, situated to the west. Our man stationed at the entrance, a knight named Briselt, may be able to tell you more. So as to expedite your mission, I shall furnish you with a letter of introduction. I pray that you will soon be reunited with your comrades. May the Fury grant you strength. Alright, off to Zemael. Oh, almost went the wrong way again. There's Briselt. You stand before Zemael Darkhold, subterranean fortress excavated by the great Ishgardian house of the same name. None but authorized personnel may enter. A letter from Lord Portelaine. So you have come about the Imperial airship. According to our scouts, the vessel had scarce touched the ground when a pair of men, captives by all accounts, burst forth and bolted. Imperial soldiers have since been sighted in the area, seeking to recapture them. What? The captives are like to be your friends, you say? Let us pray that they are yet a step ahead of their pursuers. The emergency landing reportedly took place near the Aurum Vale, situated south and west of here. Suggest you take your search there. Seek out a knight named Piermont. He'll be able to assist you. Let's ride. How's my hunting log look? Still on 4, Jesus Christ. Ah, there's the dungeon everybody loved to hate back in 2.0. Imperial airship. Aye, I saw it approach to land with mine own 2 eyes. I hastened to the landing site, arriving just in time to see the vessel take to the skies again. Not before it had developed a detachment of troops. Gruff orders were being barked and there was an air of consternation about them. I hastened to the landing site, arriving just in time. Whoops. Let's try that again. Wait, that was it? Oh, okay. There were prisoners aboard the airship, it seems. They seized the opportunity to flee when the vessel was forced to land. The Gaulians who were deployed formed search parties and proceeded to scour the wilderness. In order to alert our forces, I returned to my post to find evidence that someone had been here in my absence. Whoever they were, they tried the door to no avail, decided to go elsewhere. In all, I marked 2 sets of footprints, one large and one small. If you search the area, mayhap you will be able to follow the prints to their owners. Alright, let's move. Right, there's one. Oh, passed it too much. So far, so standard. At least I don't have to take on any snow wolves. That would just suck. How many more footprints do we have to do? Man, Bayon's behind. There we go. Search under the bridge. Ah, there's Wedge. So cold. I want to go home. Ah! But please don't eat me! I'm not nearly as succulent as I look. It's all skin and bones underneath, I swear! Chris! It's you! Thank goodness you're here! It's been awful! The Guardians were snapping at our heels like a hungry pack of wolves! I was so hell-bent on evading them, I almost ran headlong into a monster's gaping maw! Thrice! And when I finally found cover, it hit me how cold and hungry I was! Biggs? He isn't here. He went off in a different direction to lure our pursuers away.
It's me, Sid. Have you had any success?
Tracked down Wedge?
That's wonderful news. Now, what of Biggs? I see. Well, it hardly surprises me that the big fellow went off as he did. For all the tongue lashings he gives Wedge, he's always taking care of him. I've scoured the area surrounding the Darkhold, but I've nothing to show for it. At any rate, we know for a fact that Biggs headed west, with both Ida and Yashola helping out. I'm sure he'll turn up soon. Now then, I'll make my way over to your position while keeping an eye out for Briggs. If memory serves, there should be an Ishgardian fortification not too far to your west. Monument Tower, I believe it's called. Let us meet there.
Dare I hope? Was that Master Garland you spoke with? After 5 long years. Thank goodness he's still alive. I'm feeling better now, Chris. Let's go to Monument Tower and wait for the chief to arrive. Yes, let's. Ah, nice warm tower. Well met and welcome, adventurer. What brings you to this frozen corner of the realm? Oh, it would seem your companion has caught a chill. Come and warm yourself by the fire. I will bring you a hot broth. How are we feeling now, then? Stay here as long as you need. The same goes for you, friend. 'Tis plain you have had a hard journey ahead of you. You must find rest when you can. Just another day on the grind. All right, let us continue our journey with the level quest, Monumental Hopes. I'm fine now, thanks to you. But I can't bear to think that Biggs is still all alone in the cold, with Garleans on his heels. He lured the enemy away for my sake, and now he's suffering for it. I hate to have to rely on you again, Chris, but do you think you could search for Biggs? I haven't the slightest notion where he might be at the moment, but maybe, just maybe, the people here have seen something. Now, we had a little bit of a glitch last time around, but no drop frames this time, no sirree, Bob. A Roganine gentleman dressed in the same manner as your companion. I'm sorry, but he did not come by here. Let me think a moment. I would not raise your hopes unduly, but there is a cave situated a short distance to the south. We call it the Fury's Gaze, and it may be worth the while to investigate. I make this suggestion only because your friend seems like a selfless sort. Rather than drawing the enemy to this tower, mayhap he elected to pass us by. Let's have a look-see. Oh, now we're losing some health. Okay. Now I actually have to fucking apply myself. This is good. I actually need to gear up now. So, no luck on that front. Bayon, catch up. I almost lost my health on Bayon. Wedge. Chris! Were you able to learn anything? Not in this area. Well, that stands to reason, I suppose, seeing as he was trying to lure the Garleans away from me. Where within this vast sea of snow and ice could he be? We can't give up, Chris. We must find Biggs before he succumbs to the cold or is recaptured. There must be someone in this tower who can help us, even if it's only to tell us where else to look. Ask them for me. Ask anyone who will listen. And hurry. Biggs' chances of survival grow slimmer by the moment. Well, Abilene won't help us because her help led us to nothing. So there's got to be someone else. Not these two guys. Ah, here we go. Your friend is lost in the wilderness, you say? If he is not found around here or in the vicinity of the Darkhold, it is possible he made for Whiteroom. To reach it, one must travel through Jennifer Pass, the southern end of which lies to the north and east of here. While I make no guarantee that your search will bear fruit, surely better than worrying in idleness. I wish you luck. Oh, and one more thing. Do tread warily when climbing the stairs here. Not a moon ago, I near broke my neck when I slipped and took a tumble. Well, I am not gonna take the stairs. I am going to jump from the tower. And then to follow up insult to injury, I'm gonna ride a motorcycle. Much like I did back in the day. Let's expedite Bion's trip because let's get right down to it. Our orders are to take you back, dead or alive. Which will it be, engineer? Why don't you come and find out, Tinhead? Ah, Chris. It is well that you are here. The situation is grave. Biggs is in a bad way. We need to do something right now. Ida has the right of it. He will perish if we delay. With me! He's not alone! Kill them all! Here we go. First, take out the archers. How did you know where to find me? Hold your ground! Reinforcements are coming! The more the merrier. I'll pound you all into the next Umbrella era. Ida, less provoking and more pummeling if you would be so kind. Vanguard! Destroy them! Chris, stay close to Briggs! Wow, I'm actually starting to struggle a bit. How many of them are there? More than are conducive to merriment. Next time, Ida, have a care what you wish for. There's the last of them! And we made it. Bion, speed it up. My thanks. Another moment, and I would have. He has been too long in the cold. We must find shelter for him. Monument Tower, you say? Very well. Ida and I shall bear him there with all haste. Sid would be so happy to see Biggs and Wedge again. Aw, I love reunions. All right, back to the tower. I don't remember when they released the W cross hotbar. I gotta check patch notes again. Ayan, speed it up. I cannot thank you enough, Chris. And the same goes for the rest of you. Thank you all so much. Oh, don't mention it. We are a family, are we not? Well, yes, it's just I didn't think I'd ever see him again. I owe the lot of you my life. And you saved Wedges too, Chris. It doesn't count of how many I owe you. Biggs. Wedge. God, it's good to see the two of you again. Chief, it's you. It's really you. In our hearts, we knew you were still alive. To finally see you in the flesh. When Alphino told me of the raid on the Waking Sands, I feared the worst. What happened? The enemy struck with nary a warning. It didn't stand a chance. Wedge and I were in the workshop when they came. Before we knew what was happening, the Imperials had us at gunpoint. It must have been awful. There's one thing I don't understand, though. How did the Garleans get there so fast? I mean, the Immortal Flame should have seen them coming, right? I myself have asked the same question. That day when I returned to the carnage at the Waking Sands, I noticed naught amiss in horizon. Nothing at all to suggest the passing of an Imperial force. From this, I conclude that the Garleans came neither by land nor by air. Nay, they were born there by potent teleportation magics. Magics of the kind used by the Scions. Carry on. We were bound and blindfolded, and bundled into the cargo bay of a waiting airship. I can't rightly say how long we were aboard, but when the time came for us to disembark, we found ourselves in the midst of an Imperial stronghold, Castrum Sentry. Upon arrival, we were marched off into the main complex. Biggs and I were thrown into a detainment cell together, while Memphilia and the others were taken elsewhere. That was the last we heard from them. Castrum Sentry. What happened next? Well, we were held in isolation for what felt like years, but was probably moons. Or maybe only weeks. And then, without warning, the Imperials collected the pair of us and put us on another vessel, which we found out was bound for Garlemald, much to our dread. We knew that if we were taken back there, we weren't like to leave again. So, risky though it was, we sabotaged the ship's altitude control and thereby forced an emergency landing. And in the midst of the ensuing chaos, we managed to slip our captors. The rest, as they say, is history. If I didn't know any better, I'd call that a likely story. Sabotaging the altitude controls of an airborne vessel? That will have been Biggs's handiwork, like as not. You always were resourceful in a tight spot, my friend. But, Chris, thank you for returning my dear assistance to me. It would seem I owe you yet another debt of gratitude. There are still many questions in my mind, but the answers can wait. Infilia and the others still want for rescue. Alright, you lot. Garland Ironworks is back in business. Let's go and give the Imperials what for. I am not hurrahing this time around. Let's move. Thanks to you, Biggs and Wedge are with us again. Now we must find a way to rescue Minfilia and the others. Gods know we've kept them waiting too long already. Based on what we've learned, I believe it's safe to say they were being held at Castrum Sentry. So, let us continue at Revenant's Toll in Mordona. It's as good a place as any to prepare, and better than most. The road leading east and south will get you there. When we arrive, let us seek the advice of the local adventurers. We're bound to learn a thing or two that will benefit our mission. Right. Let's ride. Alright, Bion, would you like to... Alright, now, one of the things that has definitely changed in 10 years is the state of Revenant's Toll. Unfortunately, I can't, show you in this episode, but next episode I will definitely get to it. Oh, hey, Escanor's here. Wonder if he's on Twitch right now. Not Twitch, TikTok. Oh yeah, he's live. And just sitting down, it looks like. All right, let's talk to Slathborn while we're sitting here reminiscing. Well met, friend. What brings you to Revenant's Toll? Did I hear you rightly? Your friends are being held captive at Castrum Sentry and you want to rescue them? I don't mean to discourage you, but that might prove difficult. The stronghold has been on high alert of late, with armored patrols seen about the perimeter around the clock. Not even a fly could get within 100 yalms of the walls undetected. If the Garleans were elected to our coming, we cannot know what they will do to Minfilia and the others. We must act with the greatest stealth. Aye. It has to be in good old-fashioned infiltration. But with security so tight, how are we going to smuggle ourselves in? Why, I have a mind to walk through the front door. Huh? The front door? Aye. We'll disguise ourselves as Imperial troops and march right in. For this, we'll need a few sets of Imperial uniforms, a suit of Magitech armor, Impeccable timing.
Ha! That's a bold strategy, but it just might work. Where we are, there's certainly no shortage of opportunities to
Borrow the equipment. Okay.
knowing those Imperial bastards they won't even suspect that we savage Eorzeans would think to use their technology.
Then it's settled.
If you're guaranteed to go ahead with this, I recommend you speak with Glaumont. The fellow's got a personal grudge against the Empire, and happens to know a deal about Castrum Sentry besides. I've no doubt that he'd want to be evade.
Ida and I shall go reconnoiter Gallian activity at the stronghold. It would not do if something were to befall our comrades before we had the chance to act. Come and join us when you're ready, Chris. Let's do this. Sometimes I wonder, Ida, are there ever times when you are not enthused? I'm nothing if not enthusiast, Shola. And you're beginning to remind me of Papa Limo. All right. All right, let's speak with Glaumont.
Looking for Glaumont, are you? Well, you found him, whoever you are.
Yeah?
You're looking to get inside Castrum Sentry and you need my help? Heh, something tells me we're gonna get along just fine.
Yeah, let's do it.
So, you have friends at Castrum Sentry what want for rescue. That Slathborn knows me too well. You can count on my help. I've got a score to settle with the Imperials, and I never pass on an opportunity to get back at the Horsons. But enough about me. Let's talk strategy. Rescuing folk from captivity is right delicate business. A single oversight, just one little blunder, and it's all over. You can't leave any room for uncertainty.
Oh, whoops, I am using the wrong scene. There we go.
As daughters, you need to confirm beyond a shadow of a doubt that your friends are where you think they are. You don't want to risk your neck only to discover they've been moved elsewhere. But how can you find out, you ask? By following these instructions. If you approach Sentry from the east, you'll see a swampland to your left called the Tangle. Get in there, never mind all the marbles, and navigate your way to the southwestern corner. You'll come upon some drainage pipes coming down from the stronghold. Don't ask me how I know, but one of them leads back up to the command tower. If you listen closely, might be as you can eavesdrop on some of the happenings within. Once we know for certain your friends are there, we'll move to the next stage of the operation. Now, get going and Godspeed.
Finally, I get to reply to Escanor, who's currently playing on TikTok. Alright, we gotta navigate the Tangle. Thankfully, I'm pretty sure I remember where to go in the vicinity. Plus, I'm max level, so nothing's gonna fuck with me here. Except for, you know, the ones that do fuck with me. Remind me when I get back to Mordona the... There we go. The faint sound of conversation echoes down the pipe. I need some kind of can for this. I can't find anything, so I'm not gonna worry about it. What of the captive? Does she still refuse to speak? She may as well be a deaf mute for all the information we've gotten out of her. The others aren't much better. The elephant gets on my nerves most of all. Every time he opens his mouth, it's only to spout gibberish. I do wonder, why is the Tribunus so obsessed with this Minfilia woman? They say she possesses some mystical power. Something we Garleans don't have. Mystical power? Like the kind the beastmen use? How am I supposed to bloody know? If you're so curious, why don't you ask the Tribunus yourself? As well try to tumble her. I like my head where it is, thank you very much. Our break is over. As we get back to our stations. Alright, let's return to Mordona. Okay, let's speak with Alphino. 'Tis good to see you again, Chris. I'm given to understand you have conducted some reconnaissance. Tell me, what were you able to learn? So, Minfilia and the others are indeed at Castrum Sentry. Their presence thus confirmed, we may proceed with the mission. While you were afield, Sid took the liberty of devising a plan of action. Pray, have the details from him. Good work, Chris. As Alphino has already told you, we plotted out a course for the rescue. The gist of it is unchanged. We disguise ourselves as Imperial soldiers and infiltrate the stronghold. Glaumont is looking into ways to procure a suit of Magitech armor. In the meantime, I need your assistance for some preparation of my own. Minfilia and the others are counting on us, Chris. Let's not keep them waiting any longer than necessary. Alright! Finally, we passed level 46. Yay! Or level 45. Which means I get to wear part of my fighter's gear. $45 and now, we're gonna switch to gameplay right quick. And I am going to find an independent merchant, first and foremost, to get a Buccaneers Bardiche. And see if we can't get a chest gear piece. Yep, we can. We can. And now we gotta equip everything. Oh, yeah. All right, first and foremost, return to inventory. And return to inventory. Sort. Equip. Sort. Boom. There's one. Sort. We're almost there. 2. Yuck. Not in that color, we're not. What is that? Oh, it's blood red. Die, 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 die. Let's see the rest of my gear on it. This is gonna be tough. Oh, God, no. And just get rid of it. All right. So, we got 4 out of 5 of our relic pieces. Looking hot. Well, we're gonna hide the headgear. Oh, and while we're here... No. No, we're gonna... So, we're gonna call it for tonight. With that being said, that's it for us. If you're watching on Twitch, stay tuned for a little while longer. If you're watching on YouTube, here are the links provided to get you to do what you need to do. See you next time.